Doyle from OptixEQ. And before I go into the race of the day, I want to just point out a couple of things on the website, on the homepage. All these great reviews from clients, and we appreciate the feedback. But also the library, which I talked about. But I also now added Plot 2020. Again, if you want to learn more, there's a bunch of different things, videos. Frank Scattoni did a video introducing it and did an overview of an actual example, which is always great. But also the samples. And what I've been doing is putting videos. Some of them are the kind of race of the days, but mostly these are just different types of plots and how to use it. And I think it's useful. You kind of could see some patterns develop on how to actually use this. And we get questions all the time. How do you use this? Well, this is a great place to see these videos. You can see it in action, so go to the website. So today I'm going to look at, or actually for Wednesday, November the 13th, I'm going to look at Gulfstream Park West, or formerly Calder, for us old-timers, I guess. And it's race 7, and it's a little bit different because I'm actually taking a plot which has a red fit, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to show you something here that I thought was kind of interesting. And this one is called, I would say, a Quadrant 3 play. Quadrant 3 is the bottom left, and a lot of horses typically don't, they win at a lower percentage than some of the other quadrants, like 1, 2, and even 4. It depends on the track profile. But there are some circumstances, and I did some analysis, and there is a video out there called Quad 3, Optics Plot Quadrant 3 analysis. And I show you, it gives you kind of circumstances where these Quadrant 3 horses have a better chance than they normally have. And the horse I want to focus on, or the horses I want to focus on, are 2 and 7, because they kind of straddle 1 and 3, and on both the standard and surface and distance. But when do you want to look at a Quadrant 3 play, possibly? Well, the first thing you want to look at is typically is an empty Quadrant 1. You see, there's really no horses in Quadrant 1. I guess 2 in on the standard kind of falls into Quadrant 1, but barely. But you can see that Quadrant 1 is empty. There's no one in Quadrant 1. So these types of races, what happens is it's the horses with positional speed, in this case the 2 breaking from the rail and the 7 breaking from the outside, have a tactical advantage of going to the lead. And typically, if these horses are a square, they do a lot better. And you can see in the case of the number 2, he is a square on surface and distance. The standard, he's a circle, but if you look at his last race, it was a turf race, and that might kind of hurt him a little bit. I really want to focus more on the surface and distance, and that's why the 2 looks like a potential Quadrant 3 play. He's got early positional speed, and maybe he can get out there and back the field up and keep going. The other thing that in our analysis that we found is the smaller the field, the better that Quadrant 3 runners ran. So anything 7 or below in this race. This horse has 7 right now. Maybe if there's a scratch, that even enhances them a little bit more. So we're looking for empty Quadrant 1, square, and also field size of 7 or less. And so 2 kind of fits the criteria. Again, even though he's standard, he's got a little bit of a circle, and that could be explained by the turf race in his last race, and he's probably more of a dirt horse. So, a little bit more handicapping you might want to do, but again, at 8-1, the number 2, Dude's Secret, has a potential to get out front, maybe back the field up and wire this field at Gulfstream Park on Wednesday, November 13th. Thanks for listening, and if you have any comments or whatever, give us an email at on our. You could just go to, again, if you want to reach us, just go to contact us on our website. I'm showing you here. And then type in your name, email, phone, and your message, and we'll get it. And we are pretty good in responding on this, okay? Thanks a lot.